All right, everybody. So I just wanted to give a little update. I know it's been about a month or so since I've done an update on Eazybot and how it's been performing. Really, I want to give a breakdown today. Now, uh, if any of you guys know me, hopefully you know that I'm always going to be open and transparent about anything that I promote or our passive income community puts our stamp of approval on. So today I want to show you right here. I'm showing you the coins that I've been trading since I got involved with Eazybot. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the best and the worst of the two coins, just so I can be open and transparent with you guys, so you can see real world, what kind of profit you're going to make with Eazybot. That's been my experience so far, and I'm going to break down on the charts here a little bit on how it's, how it's gone for me here. So I want to show you real world how it's going, how it's performed, the best and worst case scenarios, so that you can kind of see for yourself and understand what to expect, especially here in these downtrending markets. We're in a very uh, big market crash right now. And so, how has the spot performed for us? And I think you're really going to be impressed, actually. So, we're going to start worst case scenario. Okay, so I'm going to show you the coin that has just since I got into it, and I'm going to pull up um, a chart here in a second. But since I got into it, how has it gone for me? And this is Dot. And this was one of the very first coins that I got into right after Eazybot launched for US members. So let me open this up. I don't know why it's going to a light theme here as it's opening this up. I want it to be in a dark theme. Let me switch it back over. I find it's actually easier to read in a dark theme mode here real quick. So let me get that pulled up here. Okay, so you can see that as of right now, out of the $730 that I had, I had put into this particular coin, DOT, that it has basically traded its entire balance. Now, I want to break this down on the charts. A lot of people think that that means like, oh no, it's losing money, or it's not performing well. I'm going to break that down in here in just a second. But even with a huge market dive, um, Dot has earned me 25.94 over the past about month and a half since I've been in it. Out of 700 and $30 that I had allotted to it, you might think, oh, that's not really that great. But let me jump over here and let me show you on the charts and really break down the difference. I think visually, when you guys see this here, it's really going to hopefully make an impression on you of the power of Eazybot and what it can do long term for us. Again, this is not a get rich quick scheme, you guys. So if you're coming in here, if you've been in other programs, or if you're, if you've went through my funnel and you're looking at Eazybot, and maybe you've tried other things in the past that are promising these huge returns daily or monthly, get those things out of your mind here, guys. Those are Ponzi schemes. They're not real. Okay, so these are real numbers. This is real world trading, what we're doing here. So you have to have real world expectations of what this can do, right? So what I want to show you here is something that I think once you get this concept, once you understand what this bot is doing, you're going to see the power of it, especially when the markets do turn around for us. But up here at the top, you can see this first black arrow was the very first trade, and I put a blue line here today. This is the price of the very first trade that Eazybot took for me. Okay, so this was April 19th. Okay, was the first trade. So I guess I'm coming up on almost 2 months here since it took its first trade. Now, since then, okay, so let's break this down. Since its first trade, it let me grab just this price point. It has dropped down to the very bottom there, a total of a 62% drop since the first trade that it took. Now, obviously, it had a pretty good up run, but right now, as of today, right now, recording this video, we are still at a 51% drop, right? Since it took its first trade. So a lot of people get a little confused and they, say, well, Eazybot touts that it will turn a profit and handle a 50% drop in the market. Well, as I just showed you, it's handled 66% and still turning a profit, right? Now, yeah, it's holding on to these trades. It's buying, selling, buying, selling. As the market goes down, it continues to buy. But think about this: if you were a regular um, person that's just into crypto and you bought in this same spot where I did, which, by the way, where this is at, a lot of traders, if you actually understand trading, there's actually quite a few people that buy into these um, when the market is uptrending. People, the average new person into trading, I should say, not even trading, just investing in cryptocurrency or even the markets. Most people, unfortunately, they buy high and they sell low. So most people get their emotions involved. They wait till Bitcoin is really running into a bull run before they buy, and then as soon as a market starts to crash, like what we're into now, people sell at a loss. And unfortunately, that's why most people are not successful in any type of market conditions, is because people can't keep their emotions in check. And really, what we're doing here with Eazybot is we're allowing this bot to buy low and sell high. No emotions. It just runs off of algorithms. So let's say that you were somebody that had bought in at this same level that I did, but you didn't have Eazybot, right? So I really want to make this clear today with you. If you're somebody who's on the fence about Eazybot, or maybe you're on the team and you're seeing that it's traded a lot of your balance and it doesn't have a lot of room to take other trades, understand the power of this. I think people keep missing this idea. So let's say you had bought in there. What this means, what I have in these two lines right here, is this blue line is where you would need to wait for the market to come back up to an even level. So as of right now, you would be sitting at a 51% loss. So let's say you had thrown $1,000 into this coin, you'd be over $500 down right now in your portfolio. So what you would need to even get back to zero, get back to that $1,000, no profit or nothing, you would need it to come back up from this moment right here, where we're at here live, back to up here. You can see it needs to go up 100% from right now. Now that might be a little confusing, but that is how the markets work. So you've got almost 100% climb to get back up to your original. Now looking at this, this green line, what's this green line about? Okay, so we're going to come back over here to Eazybot. So this average price of 14.92. Okay, what does that mean? All right, so you can see here on this trading session that my first buy was at 1911. Okay, 1911. So let's go mark that on the chart here. 1911. We're gonna put that so you can visually see where this bought in. I'm just going to do it like this here real quick. I'm going to just move all that out. 1911. Where's that at? Okay. Okay, it's almost there on that same line, so we can actually almost use that same line as a reference point. So this is where, again, this is just like I'm showing you here, this is where this trading session began. Now, the 1492, what does that mean? What does that average price mean? That means what Eazybot is doing is, since it originally bought in, it is buying and selling all the time. Every time the market is dropping down to a certain point, again, you can watch videos. The creator of this does a great breakdown of the numbers if you really want to get technical. But uh, the simple explanation of it is buying low and selling high. All these dips, buying low, selling high, buying low. So the blacks uh, arrows here are the buys, the blues are the sells. So it's buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high. And I haven't marked my entire chart up here on every one that it's done because the amount of buying and selling it does per day is pretty incredible, actually. But it is automatically buying these dips and selling in profit, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. And what that's doing is pulling down the overall price to where it allows this bot to sell at everything that it's been holding at a much lower price, meaning the market doesn't even need to go back up to your original buy position to close everything in profit, which is incredible, you guys. So I really hope that you get that. And I'm going to try to explain this again, because a lot of people, I will explain this on a video or I will explain this on a one-on-one Zoom. And it just seems to and it's not anybody's fault. Don't get me wrong. Like trading's, it's pretty complex, right? And if you're brand new into the markets, what it's doing here is pretty complicated, and it would be a full-time job for somebody to manually do what the bot is doing on autopilot for us. But buying these little dips and taking profit just over and over again, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, is adding little bits of profit. So you are earning, even with the market dropping down 66% since we got into this, it has earned us $25 already, right? And so when this market, and it's going to continue as these dips happen, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and continually pull down this price by a little bit each day. And eventually, if the market starts to move up, it could have, I'm really excited to see what Just Dot does on by the time it sells everything for profit, how much lower than my original price. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Hopefully you can see the power of being able to sell everything into profit for you much lower than you had originally bought in as. So this is something that over a 2-year, 3-year, 5-year period is going to be incredible. If you can wrap your head around this, that this is not, you're not going to get into this, you're not going to become a millionaire tomorrow, but what could you do in 4 to 5 years? And I'm going to jump over here after I show you the other crypto, Tron. I'm going to jump over and show you some numbers of potentially what this thing could do in a 5-year period. Is going to really blow your mind. So again, so that is my worst performing coin with Eazybot yet, and we've still made over $25 profit with this coin to date. So in about 2 months. So the ROI on that is low, admittedly. But again, we are in, this isn't a bear market or a down market. This is a crypto, really, it's a global market crash is what we're dealing with. I mean, the huge drops that have happened here over the last 6 months is pretty painful. It's really affected everyone negatively, and it's incredible to see how well Eazybot has done in this in these markets, honestly. So I promised to show you also the best case scenario, the best that I've experienced. So let's come over here. Let's come back to my bots here, and I want to show you TRX or Tron. One of my favorite coins, the network. There's a lot about it I like. So admittedly, I wish this was the first one that I had got into and the first one that I had set up with Eazybot. I don't know why I didn't, because Tron's one of my favorite coins, but I had started AAVE and Dot. Dot is the one that I just showed you. But Tron has been nothing but profit since I got into it. So let me pull this up on the on the charts here. Excuse me. Let me come over here to TRX. Okay, so as you can see, I have not been into this one as long as Dot either. Let's see. A Dot was almost 2 months. This one I've been in about a month. Okay, but here's the big difference. So I marked, I did a little X here to get the exact price point of where I entered this coin at. And this one has been an entirely different experience, where what I just showed you with Dot, ever since I got in, has just been a down market. Tron has performed very well. And so this has allowed Eazybot to do it extremely well, because you can see since I bought in, and let me get this advertisement out of the way here. Since I bought in, we have had plenty of up and down movement for the bot to trade on. So you can see since then, it immediately, from the first trade that it took, was into profit, right? And then it was, again, like normal, buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, up here, buy low, sell high, again and again. And I can scroll through on the Eazybot side and show you, but just for time's sake, even in this down, as it started to go into a little bit of a downtrend a little bit later, there was plenty of up movement. So when it was buying these dips, it just allowed it to buy and sell, taking little profits here and there over and over again. And then we actually have been into a little bit of a bull run here since then. Now we'll see where things go. But in this past month, has been incredible with it. So this is what Eazybot really thrives on. Not only does it do so well in a down market, better than any other cryptocurrency trading bot out there. There's nothing that can touch the performance of Eazybot. I mean, this is incredible. It is game changing when it comes to bots trading on the market. There's nothing like it out there. I mean, we're just absolutely blown away with the performance of this thing in such terrible markets. But again, I wanted to show you what would it do on a this is a normal market. How TRX is performing, this is more normal market conditions, right? So for some reason, Tron has done extremely well, while the rest of the market has really suffered over the past few months here. I mean, you can see it's just ran really well, and actually in an overall uptrending market for the past few months. So absolutely, like if you're somebody who's been on the fence about getting into Eazybot, I 100% would say Tron is the way to go. I mean, it just doesn't seem to be where most alternative coins beside they follow what Bitcoin does, more or less. You can look at that. I mean, just for time's sake, I'm not going to show you that. Do your own research on it. But more or less, if Bitcoin makes a big movement, so do all the other altcoins. And Tron has basically done its own thing. So yeah, if you're looking serious at getting into Eazybot, or if you're on my team already and you are not overly thrilled with some of the other coins, kind of, it's hard to be patient, right? And that's hopefully, I'm helping everybody to understand uh, this isn't, a sprint. This is a marathon with Eazybot. But the way it's performed has just been absolutely incredible. And so you can see here, if we jump back over to all the buys and sells, you can see taking all those little dips. And yesterday there was a pretty big drop, so you can see it actually had to buy as the market went down. It bought a few covers and then sold everything for $2.93. Not bad, right? But a lot of them are just quick little buys and sells. A few cents here, a few cents there. So even guys, if this is the first time you've watched my YouTube channel and you're in other programs, okay, no problem. I get it. You can see on my channel, I promote other stuff I believe in as well, but I 100% believe from the ownership, the management, transparency of Eazybot to the product that they have built, that this company will be a 10, 20, 30, 40 year company. I believe that we will see companies come and go over and over again, and we will have Eazybot just taking these little trades in the background. And these little profits, guys, right now might not seem like a lot, right? But over a long period of time, this could be absolutely powerful, really, really powerful. So that transitions me. Well, let me pull up a calculator here. I'll be right back with you, and we'll run some numbers and see what we could potentially be looking at over a longer period of time. Compounds with every profitable trade. There's a setting in there. So every profitable trade that you saw that I'm taking, it's taking that money and running it, putting it back into the next trade session. So the best we can do is daily compounding, but understand that it can potentially compound multiple times a day in real time right after it takes a profitable trade. So that's really profitable. But we're gonna just run some numbers here, and let's just say that you start. You see, you like what you see with Eazybot. So you start with $1,000, and then let's just give the interest rate we want to go monthly. Now you can see on some of them, on the two coins I've showed you, the one coin, Tron, has done really well. It's about 8% within a month of what it's profited. That again, that's my best coin. Understand that. So my worst coin is I haven't even run the numbers on it, but let's say on average we're getting about 5% a month. That's very conservative. Obviously, we should do considerably better than that in a bull market, but we have to factor and think about every market condition. And I really want to stress with everybody the importance of understanding that this, again, like I said before, is not a sprint; it's a marathon. So understand that this is something you want to get involved in with Eazybot, with the mindset that you're not going to touch this money for the next, uh, you know, year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever you can do. So let's just say with $1,000 making 5% a month. Again, this is no guarantee, guys. This is not financial advice, right? But just looking over potentially what can this thing do. And we are literally in the worst market conditions possible for Eazybot right now, and it is still performing at this level, right? So let's run that. So weekends, yep, cryptocurrency, it's trading. Um, uh, Daily invest rate, yep. So that's all good. So let's calculate that. Um, So, the incredible thing while this thing is loading up, is Eazybot is running for us 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, looking for trades for us. And it's already proved itself on some of the worst markets possible. So it's absolutely, I'm 100% Eazybot. You guys, hopefully, you guys can tell my feelings about it. But here we can see over the first year, you could potentially turn that $1,000 into 1,800, right? So that's a 82% ROI, which is incredible. When you look at traditional markets and 401ks, different things like that, Eazybot is blowing those things out of the water, even on a very conservative. I'm being very conservative here with a 5% ROI. So let's go out a little bit more. So if you kind of like the idea of what that could potentially, you're looking at almost doubling your money in a year. Let's see, let's go to the 2 year and let's recalculate here. Let's see what that turns into. Okay, so recalculating that, so with that initial 1,000, turns into 3,322. So you've, in a 2 year period, you've tripled your money completely on autopilot, right? The potential here. So let's go ahead and go out to a 5 year, just to see, because like I'm encouraging my group, and again, I can't give and don't want to give financial advice. This is just the potential, and this is the power that I see of what this thing could do for us over the next, few years here. So in a 5 year time, you're looking at, turning that $1,000 into 20,000. Now, guys, that might not be life changing money for you, but for a lot of people it is. Now, let's let's say somewhere in that, in the next 5 years, we're into, very logically, because if you look at the track record of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole, that yes, it has its downtimes, but every time one of these big market crashes happen with Bitcoin, it ends up going higher in the future. And you can look at that and go do your own Google research on that. It's undeniable that every time there's a big drop, it ends up going higher the next time, and then drops and then goes higher the next time. And that has been the track record. So because with more global adoption of cryptocurrency, more money that's poured into it, the higher it's going to go. So let's assume we're not always at a 5%, right? Let's go up to 8%, right? Let's see what that could do for us. So just that extra 3% a day, look at the difference there in a 5 year period. I mean, that extra little bit is huge, huge over time, you guys. So again, that is just the product side of Eazybot, the power of what that could do for you over, and that's $1,000. And guys, I'll tell you right now, there's people on my team, there's people out there that are going to do a whole lot more than $1,000. But I'm just wanting to give a number that most people in the U.S. looking at this can come up with, right? So just real world numbers of what potentially could happen, and obviously if we go ahead and throw another zero on there, right, just for fun here, of the many people out there that come into something with a 10,000 or more, what could that look like for you, right, in a 5 year period? I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And again, going back to, if you're in other programs, if you're tired of the scams out there, if you've gotten into stuff in those companies, there's been so many rug pulls here over the last couple of months of different scam opportunities out there. Understand with Eazybot, you have control of your funds 100% of the time. You're not turning your money over to Eazybot. It is sitting in your own crypto exchange. I have control of my funds 100% of the time. At any moment, I can go and shut down those bots that are trading for me and withdraw my money. I'm using Binance US right now. I can, right now, in the next 5 minutes, I could stop those bots and I could go withdraw my funds to my bank account. So that's incredibly powerful to have, and when you look at what this thing can do over a 5 year period, hopefully I've given you some motivation today that get into this. This is nothing to think about or wait for. If you can afford to risk, again, you have to be willing to risk anything that you invest in. But if you can afford to risk a $600 to $1,000 to get Eazybot set up and get going, then do it, because you can see potentially what this could do for you in a 3, 4, 5 year period. Could be really, really helpful to you financially as we look at the potential. We're looking at a recession here. Obviously the gas prices are painful. Inflation is real. Everyone's feeling it. We're all feeling it. So this is the time to get involved with something that can help offset some of those expenses that we're all facing. So, anyways, guys, I appreciate it. A link below. Click on that. You can learn a little bit more, watch a full presentation on Eazybot, and request a sign up link. You can get started with me and my team and reach out to me. I'll text you and email you right away once you go through my funnel, so we can start a connection and you can ask any questions you have. And we'll see everybody soon. Thank you.